Good morning, good afternoon. How the heck are you? Welcome to Selling Past Your Expiration Date, being thrifty over 50. I'm your one host, Jay. Hi.
Egg. Oh, Lord, we got it. It's here, folks.
You got what?
We got, let's see, how can I put it into perspective? Last night when I talked with you around, what, 10, 11 o'clock maybe? We had 6 inches of snow on the ground. I woke up this morning to 14.
Wow. All right, so not to be a little shit, but
I know you are shit.
My window's open.
But Mom will be there in a week. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, we got cloud cover, but yeah, such a nice day. I'm like, oh, fresh air while I do the show mid-January while everyone else is snowed in. Hey, yeah.
And then this afternoon the winds kicked up. I mean, they were between 45 and 50 miles an hour, and so that was pretty nasty. And our wind chill's at about -5 right now. So, you know, it's bad in Ohio. There's no doubt about it. I mean, once we got home.
So let's see what your deck looks like. Oh, I don't miss this one bit.
There we are, folks. This is looking out my back door on my deck. And you can see kind of my tiki bar over in the corner. And I wrote Jason that I said, no tiki drinks today. I mean, you can see the depth on the table because that doesn't blow off on the railing. You know, it has a tendency to blow off. But yeah, we're looking at a good 14 inches out there, folks. So see my little Maui sign. I wish I was in Maui right now.
You know, I miss, you know, a light snow on Christmas. I miss waking up to seeing everything perfect and white. And I miss playing in it once, but no, I don't miss the shoveling and all the black sludge that's in your garage from your car. Yeah, I don't miss any of that.
I'm getting comments from the weeders. They say it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful because you guys are there and I'm here.
Yeah, I'll take my open window, whatever, January 20th. I'll take it every day of the week.
Yesterday, we got plowed 2 times so far, and we had nothing there. Now the mounds from the snow plowing, they're taller than Mom. There must be 6 or 7 feet tall. Just the snow plow mounds on the turnaround in the driveway. So yeah.
Hey, for next week, I'm going to give you homework.
Okay.
Find a picture of the snow at the old house when it would be next to the garage.
Oh man, I've got one early on. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I have anything there.
So I'll tell a story next week of, and my mother was a good mother, but children, us as kids, diving off the roof.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll see if I've got anything.
But it was very safe, and we'll show you why if she can find a picture because.
Yeah.
And Bill, once you see this picture, you're gonna be like, "No way, am I moving to Ohio? No way." Andrew said he's running the AC in his van today.
Oh Lord, you guys, you're killing me.
Yeah, last night, majority of my admins from the thrifting board are in cold and snowy places. So there was discussion of how cold it was and a lot of crazy winds across the country last night. One of the tiki bars that we like in Chicago had to close because the power couldn't stay on because of the winds. And we were at a concert last night and we were outside hanging out before the concert. So we just sent a picture of us just outside, just enjoying the very nice 52-degree weather.
Oh, yeah. Well, ours was starting to dip down, way down. That's for sure. I mean, it's nasty, you guys. You know, if you don't have to be out in it, don't go out in it. And then luckily, I didn't have to go anywhere today. So we stay tucked in today. That's for darn sure. I've been watching on TV last night.
Mom was all curled up. All right, so most of you who are snowed in, what's there to do when you're snowed in? Well, now is a good time to tackle your profit piles. And we all used to call them death piles till Debbie Weeder renamed them profit piles because, death is such a negative number, obviously, a negative connotation, obviously. But profit piles, everything that isn't listed is just a pile of cash waiting to be turned into cash. Now, we all can list, and I just did a webinar in the Secret Beach about listing, and man, so many people, I could tell by their comments, they have analysis paralysis where they're researching too much. They just go the long way around everything. So here's some tips and tricks to shorten the process. So you see your profit piles, you're like, I got anxiety. They're so big, but you can get through them quickly if you put some thought into it beforehand. Now, I got to say, I didn't used to have that thought, and it was a light bulb went off for me many years after I was started selling, and I'm like, So these are the kind of light bulbs that it took us a while for us to go off, but hopefully will help you quicken the process of turning those profit piles from thrifted goods into a pile of cash. And then you can swim in it like Scrooge McDuck.
I love it. Oh, I think we're getting feedback. Can you hear it, Jason?
I don't hear any feedback.
Any feedback? Okay. All right. Went away. Sometimes it's there. Sometimes it's not.
All right. I think it's just in your head, Ma.
Yeah. Well, no.
And someone said watch football too. Yeah. Now, some of the tips we're going to give you today are things to do before you actually get to the listing process. So there's easy things to do while you're watching football, while you're watching your Sunday night programs. You know, you don't work. It doesn't have to stop at 5 o'clock. It can if that's how you've set your life up. But, you know, put the kids to bed, get curled up in front of the fireplace, and do these few things that don't take a lot of thought process. So you can watch TV while you're doing them. And then in the morning, when you get ready to list, boom, it's going to be quicker.
Absolutely.
All right, so Matt can hear the echo. All right, I will throw on my headphones.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think the key to any thing that we do with eBay is organization. I mean, that's a big part of it. You know, you just, I mean, I look, you guys saw my picture last week that we shared of all my tubs waiting to have pictures taken. And it's a little scary, but I have to say, we are really knocking them out this winter. I mean, it's starting to dwindle, and I'm kind of happy because that is my goal, to have those piles gone before you know, I started really hitting it big in the spring. So, you know, oh, that looks nice, Jason.
Yeah, so let's start with t-shirts, because I got to imagine most of us do sell t-shirts. You know, t-shirts are very easy to make money. You do have to have a little you know, thought process and knowledge when you're looking at the t-shirts, but t-shirts are such easy money makers because you know, they're easy to photograph, they're easy to list, and they're easy to store, and super easy to ship. You know, anytime you have a product that doesn't get broken in transit, that's a good product to sell. And as an example, I sold a t-shirt last night to Australia while I was sleeping. That's again, another joy of selling online. You can make money while you sleep. So the one I sold to Australia last night, and I had fended off lowball offers in the past. I sold a $23 t-shirt plus shipping. That'll make me a couple bucks. And I paid $2.50 for the t-shirt. So,
yeah. Well, you know, I hit my t-shirt pile starting last week. I think I might have talked about it on the show last week. I can't remember. And I probably have 30 to 40 shirts in one tub. And I just started listing them like crazy. We'll get into the tips, but, you know, poof, sold a couple right away. So they still do sell. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, if you saw Thrifty Business Thursday, I sold a small t-shirt. Now, smalls are a little bit trickier to sell, but sold a small t-shirt for 25 bucks. Oh, speaking of t-shirts, somebody wanted to explain my t-shirt. So Dirk Verman is my good friend and tattoo artist, and he used to have a show on A&E called Bad Ink. So when we went to his wedding to his now wife, Erica, at everyone's seat was this t-shirt. I went to Erica and Dirk's wedding, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. And then on the back, it's all the sponsors, and a lot of dog hair. It's all the sponsors of Dirk's wedding. So the band that played, the guy that did the catering. You know, when you're a famous tattoo artist in the city of Las Vegas, you got a lot of friends. So smart man used all his friends for his wedding, and then he gave them free advertising.
Well, that's nice.
Of the shirt.
Yeah. So. Can't hate that. That's for darn sure.
Yeah. All right, so let's hear your tips and tricks on
t-shirts. Okay. T-shirts. Well, the first thing I would do is, as you see that multiple array of colors, is color coordinate them. Put all your blacks together, all your whites, all your reds, you know, whatever the color might be. I try and color coordinate mine. Then in that bunch of the color coordinating, like say if I'm in the black pile, then I will organize the sizes as well, you guys. I mean, this doesn't take that long. Even though what we're explaining sounds like it takes a long time, it goes very quick. So I will color coordinate the color and then the size. And then the next thing that I think that's really important is the genre. So, do you have a bunch of Disney? So put them in the one area. Do you have a bunch of concert t-shirts? Do you have superheroes, Margaritaville, Hard Rock? I mean, just think of all your, things that you might have a few of the same. So put those all together. I mean, it's so much easier not have to filling in, the brand name if it's Disney or if it's Hard Rock or whatever. That is already in your listing. So you want to eliminate as many repetitive things as possible. I mean, if they're already there on the one shirt, they're going to be there on the next shirt when you hit the sell similar button. So you definitely want to just kind of zoom, zoom, zoom. I mean, I knocked out 25 t-shirts, Jason, in almost less than an hour, I think, last week, because Mom was just knocking it out. And when you get down into the body where you do your description, I keep mine short and sweet now, because like we've said before, they don't read, especially people on mobile. They don't even I don't even think they get down into the item description hardly at all. I think they just look at what's on the top part, before they get down into the item description. But down in the item description, I will put my measurements, because I do, both inches and centimeters, everybody. That's important, because you want to put your back length and you want to put your armpit to armpit or chest measurement, whichever one that you do, so that they are there. And make sure you put them both ways, because not everybody's in centimeters. I mean, in inches, like we are.
Not everybody, barely anyone but us. So
I know.
And I gotta say, this is it seems so, well, duh, but I can't tell you how many years it took me to realize I was wasting all these extra seconds. And when I teach a new employee, I'm like, all right, we're gonna do it this way, and this shaves off time. And I think one time an employee said, well, that what's that save, like 3 seconds? I'm like, yeah, but you do it 20 times a day. Times 5 days a week, times 52. I mean, so if we shave off 3 seconds of this task and 5 seconds of this task and a second half of this task, at the end of the week or the end of the month, you've had a couple more hours to do other things. And I can't tell you how long it took me to realize, okay, don't list a black t-shirt and then a red and then a green and then another black and then a green and then another black, like duh, all the blacks together, all the black larges together, because you can really, as Mom said, if my mom can knock out, how many t-shirts you knock out in an hour?
Between 25 and 30 in an hour, you guys, because
25 and 30. Now, of course, the pictures were taken, but the listings knocked them out in an hour.
And talking about the pictures, that's kind of important too, on the sequence that you have them done. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because I had to kind of school Dad on that, because he was jumping all over the place. And I said, you can't do that to me. I said, I want to sit here and be able to, zip right through it. I said, here's how we got to do it. And so he's been really good along those lines now, of not jumping me all over the place, because, you want to keep them in order and be able to, knock them out as fast as you possibly can. Another thing too, the postage is always pretty much the same price on shipping. So, that, you know what it is. You have to stop and figure it out and weigh it, and all that kind of stuff. So when you're doing like items, pretty much your money's going to be the same. So you don't have to change any of that either. So that's another one. All right. And then, Jason, when I put mine away, I know you do that too, as you fold your t-shirts and store them, store them with like colors, so that when you have to go find the t-shirt, it's in the black pile or the brown pile or the white pile or the red pile, so yeah, color coordinating them as you put them away is also very, very helpful. And size, you and I think almost are similar. We have cubicles with, the t-shirts in each cubicle for sizing. So, so that, it's real easy to go and find them, at that point. So you want to make sure, just think about it, guys. I mean, it's nothing major here, but it really helps a lot on cutting down time and, being able to find your product. No, I almost had a heart attack finding one this morning. One of those, luckily it showed up. I had a now this is bad. Now this is to show you that, yes, we make mistakes. I sold a DVD, a combination, John Travolta in, I don't know, Saturday Night Fever in Greece or something. And I said, okay, I think it's in with all my media stuff, but it wasn't. And then I had a bunch of VHSs that I've got grouped together, and I threw it in there. It's the only DVD in there. So that was very poor planning on my part. Very poor planning. So, so yeah, try and be more organized. In fact, Dad and I are also almost thinking of kind of tearing apart the office one more time and trying to put more like things in tubs, because
like I do. Yep.
Yeah, honey, because we have a kind of a good system, but it can be better. It can be better. That's for sure. So,
all right, so let's talk Hawaiian shirts.
Okay. All right. Now, the first thing that I do, as I give them to Dad to take pictures, is to separate my vintage to non-vintage. You know, there's some labels that are very, very early, and of course, some that are newer. So I will separate those two piles, because if it's vintage, then I want those all together. Then by label. So if you've got a Hilo Hattie, a Tommy Bahama, Kahala, Ray and Spooner, you know, the ones that we're familiar with. And if you're not, we have done many, many shows on Hawaiian shirts, etc. So, you know, we want to make sure that you're doing that. So get your labels together, get your sizes together. You know, again, just like what we said with the t-shirts. I mean, some of this is just repetitive, but don't forget, separate the men's and the women's, because I buy a lot of Hawaiian stuff. And when I go to do it, you know, I want to make sure I've got the ladies' blouses in one side and the men's in another, or the ladies' dresses. Some guys wear the muumuus, like someone I know very well.
Who would that be?
So, you know, so you want to keep that separate. So definitely separate men and women's stuffs, and separate the blouses and the shirts from the dresses, so that when you are doing all blouses, you're doing blouses. When you're doing shirts, you're doing shirts. When you're doing the ladies' dresses, you're doing dresses, or muumuus, whatever you want to, you know, put in there. So if you do all of those steps, and the same thing with the measuring and the postage, pretty much your price points are all going to be the same. So you can just zip, 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 zip right on down. Now I'm going to turn my computer into my profit pile of my Hawaiian. This is one tub. There's two more upstairs. All right. Let's see if we can get this on here, Jace.
Oh.
There it is, guys. This is loaded. It's probably got about, gosh, Jason, I'll bet I got 50 pieces or so there. So I've got to get, in fact, when I'm watching the ball games tonight, I will separate that one all out and get it ready for Dad. And then, you know, he can start, you know, taking the pictures and doing it in the order that, you know, Mom needs it for. So, you know, I can zip through those really, really quick.
It's like a big pile of leaves to dive in, but it's all Hawaiian shirts.
You know, the thing of it is, it's almost like Christmas, because I looked at it, I said, oh my God, I've got such gorgeous things in here. And I have to say, that tub, I think, Jason, some of these items are things that I thrifted in Vegas when Mom first started. That's how old the stuff is in this tub. So, you know, it's the tubs that got buried in the bottom of the pile. And I just didn't, you know, kept pull them out. And I kept saying, oh, I know I've got things in there. So that's something that, you know, I've got to do better too. So, but these piles are going to be gone. I swear they are. Okay. So what do we got next? Oh, Debbie says I paid 25 cents. No, not quite, Deb, but you know, they were cheaper back then, because, you know, that was when we started early on, Jason, thrifting the Hawaiian items.
Yep.
Before they kind of got caught on too much. So, you know, that they were low. They were $2 and $3. I was looking at my price tag on these, you know, just to give you here. Oh, here's another good one. And I know we've talked about it before, but Jam's World. If you happen to find a lot of Jam's World items, that is a vintage tag, everybody. And all you can look up vintage labels. Google it, guys. They will pop up. And this, I think, Jason, is a Kahala tag. You know, just to show everybody kind of, you know, what you're looking for sometimes to put things together.
Bonus bolos here today on selling past your expiration date.
Yeah. And pretty much.
I think I got one too somewhere.
Got one, honey? Let me show this here. How about this one? Here's this is a nice. Oh, now Jason, look at this Tommy Bahama. They scratched a magic marker through it. Yeah. Now I've never seen that before, so that just shows you how old this is. But back when I first originally bought this, I only paid $4 for the Tommy Bahama, and you know they've gone up to what, $10, $12 now sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you see them at the thrift stores. Let's see. I wanted to show you. Okay, this is an early vintage Hawaiian label. This is Palmer. Okay, and I ended up paying $2.95 for this, Jason. Okay, here we go, guys.
Is there a date on it?
Yes, there is. Oh boy, I'm going to embarrass myself now. Are you ready? Can you see that down here?
Holy shit. 7 years old. 7
years in the butt. That's when I first started. See, that's when I came out to Vegas.
How is that not? How are you laying on your ass watching TV last night? Get these. I'm gonna be like the sergeant in Full Metal Jacket. Maggot, drop and give me 20 listings.
Oh no, isn't that awful? I mean, now I oh my God. And this is a 2XL, Jason. It's a nice shirt. Anyway, so you can see this is gonna be gone, guys. In fact, I'm gonna work on it this week big time. And it doesn't matter the time of year. You say, oh, maybe you shouldn't list Hawaiian clothing right now. It doesn't matter. Don't forget, there's warm places where you guys live, some of you, compared to where I live. So
everyone living in cold places is going on vacation to warm places.
Oh yeah, right now they're getting out of our area. That's for darn sure. So yeah, so vintage labels bring you more money. So, you want to make sure that, you know that as we go along. Okay. So here's my profit pile of Hawaiian clothing. I got one here for t-shirts too. And the t-shirt one, I got a lot of Harley Davidsons in there. So I don't know what kind of money I might get back on those, but we'll see. I got a lot of Harleys. I got a lot of Disney. Oh, you know what else I got a lot of, Jason? And I remember distinctly where Mommy bought these. It was at a church rummage sale. You know the man, Guy Harvey?
Yep.
Yeah, he's known for his fishing shirts, everybody. And, I have a bunch of these, and I remember paying, and these are quarter t-shirts, so I will make.
Of course they are.
Yeah, a little money on these. And they're all in like brand new. So somebody must have gotten rid of their pile, all at one time. So I have 3 tubs full of t-shirts yet to go. So you can see, I get through the 3 tubs of t-shirts and the 2 more tubs of Hawaiian clothing. I will be in good shape. That won't be too bad at all.
Cool. Okay. About coffee mugs.
Coffee mugs. All right. Okay. I have a ton of coffee mugs. Oh, that's a nice graphic, Jace. A ton upstairs, and I'm starting to group some of them together that I think will sell. So the important thing with your coffee mugs is to separate them out by brand. If you have a lot of Starbucks or Disney, or if you get into the German one, the Wachterbach, travel coffee mugs, guys, put those together. You know which ones I mean, Jace? The travel ones with the rubber bottom. Because then when you go to list them, you got the same thing. You're saying the same thing right on down the line. I also separate out my pedestal coffee mugs from the regular size coffee mugs and the great big ones. Some of them are the jumbo mugs. So try and separate those all out. If you have a bunch, I don't know about you guys, but I probably have, oh God, I must have more than 50 mugs upstairs, Chase. Mommy, that's another. I know, it's bad. Now, you also want to watch out, guys, in your coffee mugs. There are some old timers there, especially if they have Japan on the bottom or Germany or West Germany. There's some oldies out there. I have a lot of Japan, so be careful that you put that in your vintage area as opposed to more current. So, watch that as you separate them out and go down the line. And sizes, because, a lot of them are the regular size. I always put in my measurements of my coffee mugs in my description, and a lot of them are the same size. So of course I'm going to group those together that are the same size, so I don't have to take my ruler out and measure it every time I have one. That just becomes a pain in the butt. it doesn't seem like much, but it adds up, just like you said, honey. They just do. And so I love the wall. Where would you get that picture of all those mugs?
The interwebs.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
So Matt, that is not mine nor Mom's. That was just
no.
Doing some quick photos. So along those same lines, Mom said, should we talk about tiki mugs? And I'm like, yeah, other than me and you and a few other people, most of you watching won't have multiple tiki mugs. But I did think about one thing. So, we teach you how to FOMO a mug in a flat rate envelope. Now, the average mug weighs between 1 pound 3 ounces and 1 pound 8 ounces. And they're all about the same height. This one's a little on the short side, but they all weigh the same. And so when I'm listing tiki mugs, because I'll list, that's a product that I'll have like 20 or 30 of, and I'll list 20 or 30 right in a row. So I want to separate in between the ones that will go priority flat rate because they'll fit, and ones that won't. So this mug is a lot taller, and this mug weighs 2.3 ounces. And so when you get this mug wrapped up, it'll actually be too tall for the padded flat rate because without wrapping, it's about the same height. And so I don't want to bounce back and forth between having to change the shipping rates and how I'm shipping it. So I will list all the what I'll call normal size mugs first, then do the taller, bigger, heavier, thicker ones afterwards. So I can only change it once. Because if I list this and then I got the prices right, then I got to change the price for this. Then I go back to one this size again. It's a waste of your time.
Yeah, exactly, honey.
So make sure that the whole goal is to group like things together. And so I can line up mugs and see, okay, those 8 are going to fit in a platted flat rate and those 3 aren't. So those 3 will be together.
Right, exactly, because that makes a difference. It really does. You'd be surprised, you know. And I hate when I miss one and I got to go back. And
Oh yeah.
Don't you? I said, oh, I just had that up. Now I got to go back and then redo it again. So that gets to be a, but you know, on the whole, I think I've done a lot better over the years. That's for darn sure. What did that shirt say? 2002? What did it say? Not 12? 12. 2012. Yeah. Jeez, oh man. Oh Lordy. All right. For those of you who get involved with games and toys, again, definitely separate. I have a bunch. We have a bunch of Monopoly games right now listed, but some are vintage and some are newer. So again, you want to separate those all out, put them all same names, the same. Monopoly together, Sorry together, Parcheesi, Stratego, like you mentioned, Jace, last week. You know, so if you are big into the game scene or the toy scene, definitely separate those out. Same thing with plush. If you're going to do plush, then you know, put all your plush together. Try and find the ones that are similar in size. The same makers if you're doing whether it's Disney's plushes or Care Bears or I can't think of the other ones right now, but you know, let's put them in like categories. I guess we can, you know, say that everything that we are, you know, going through today. Just want to categorize them as best you can so that you don't waste the extra time of changing every time you list something.
So we have some new people watching who don't know how you ship a mug in an envelope. Now, when the show's over in about 31 minutes, right here on my YouTube channel, one of my earliest videos is FOMO, fear of mug obstacles. And what I figured out and perfected is you can ship breakable mugs in this padded flat rate envelope anywhere in the country. Now, the price I'm going to tell you right now is going to change in about a week, so don't. But right this moment, $6.90 to any of the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii and Puerto Rico and American Samoa and Guam and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Okay, so all of those $6.90. Now, oddly enough, I just happen to have a mug kind of like this wrapped up, waiting to go.
Oh, good.
So go watch the video for an actual live demonstration. But basically, there is bubble wrap in here, and then the cardboard goes around it, and it fits exactly in the padded flat rate.
So $6.90. What's it going up to? Is it $7.25 or $7.35?
Something like that. I don't know. Something
like that. I mean, it goes up a little bit. It's not awful, but it's still going to be cheaper than.
Oh, cool. Debbie's on it. Debbie posted the link to the video. Don't watch it now, though. Wait till the show to be over.
Yeah.
But I have 100% positive feedback, and I have shipped a couple thousand tiki mugs over the years, and I've lost 2 mugs total. One should have never been FOMO'd. An assistant shipped it. It was a vintage teacup that was about as thin as paper. I'm like, no, don't foam. You know, the thing about these mugs are, especially these current tiki mugs, they're thick, they're hardy, and so they're not, you know, I wouldn't do it with a 100-year-old teacup. I definitely wouldn't. But modern stuff, even coffee mugs with handles, I've done those a bazillion times, no problem. So it can save you money. Embrace it.
Yep, absolutely. I think most of us have all been on board with that. And if you're not on board with shipping FOMO, you're spending extra money you shouldn't have. Now, why would you want to give your money away? Exactly, you know, honey, for sure. All right, what are we jumping into?
You had Christmas stuff.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of Christmas out there, and I'm pretty sure most of us list Christmas. I would think. And so there's a lot to separate and categorize. And you know, basically, like if you are doing the ugly sweaters, separate them out also from vintage to the new ones. Because remember, I showed you I had thrifted a bunch from Walmart last year, so those are new. So I'm not going to put them in with my vintage ugly sweaters. So definitely separate out, you know, your categories. And the same thing with any vintage Christmas clothing you may have. Separate the vintage from the newer items. So definitely keep that separate, guys. You'll be surprised how quickly, you know, you will go. Same thing if you sell Christmas ornaments. The same thing. There's a lot of, you know, vintage ones early on. A lot of you find the ones that are still in boxes by Hallmark or Keepsake, whatever. You know, use those to your advantage of separating them out, you know, from old to new. The same thing if you go into a nightwear, of holiday nightwear or lingerie. One brand name we talk a lot about is Nick and Nora. So if you have a bunch of Nick and Noras, then put them all together so you don't have to change the brand every time you go down it. Pretty much that's the same thing with coats, Jace. You know, I mean, any item, categorize it, get it together, vintage versus new, you know, separate that out. It's pretty much the same for almost each category we've talked about, going right on down the line. Anything to add on that, honey?
No, and I remember what my bonus bolo was, because you wanted to talk a little bit about vintage glassware.
Yeah.
So one time I thrifted this set of glasses because it would be cool in my tiki bar to serve people drinks in glasses. Oh, these aren't the ones I was, hold on. These aren't the, I didn't realize there was more than one. Those just say mix your poison. What I was looking for are these. There we go. Oh, small version of it. Hold, please.
That's okay.
Open image, new tab. See, it pays to read your graphics. All right, how about this? Open. This should work.
While you're doing that, I'm going to say one thing. Carrie says, I thought, well, how did she put it? Say so much time, but I thought we had to wash them. If she's talking about clothing, we don't wash clothing. At least Jason and I don't, and a lot of us don't. I have, you know, taken stains out, you know, but I've never really washed anything because the buyer is going to wash it as soon as they get it. You know,
well, yeah. Plus, do you thrift dirty clothes? Now, look, I thrifted some stuff the other day, and a sweatshirt smelled like an old lady. I'm absolutely washing that. But the rest of the stuff, it's clean. And I don't care what you tell me in your listing. If I buy a used item, first thing I'm gonna do is wash it. So
watch that old lady stuff.
All right. So Mom wanted to talk vintage glassware, and I wanted to show you a good bonus bolo. George, these are glasses by George Briard, B-R-I-A-R-D. And I had bought them once for my bar. Found them at a thrift store for like, I don't know, $8 for all of them. Yeah. And then I found out how sought after they were. And if you got the full set, you're going to get crazy money. And if you got ones and twos or just ones, but basically you're making cocktails and serve them in things that say nitroglycerin, arsenic, strychnine, carbolic acid. So these are a little bonus bolo. Keep your eyes peeled for these George.
I will, because I've never heard of those, Jason.
Yeah,
that's a good one, honey. Are they marked? Does it say their name on them?
No. Just gotta know.
Okay, just gotta know. All right, that's good. That's a good bolo. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
You know, the last kind of category that I just kind of threw there, you know, I sell a lot of retro and mid-century modern items. That's a hard one to categorize, but at least if you have the same category, you know, you can use that. So I just try and put it together as best I can, because I do sell a lot of vintage glassware, and so you know, I will pull all those together. In fact, I got a tub upstairs of mid-century modern, Jace, that, you know, my mom's got to organize that for Dad, and there's some glasses in there, etc. So yeah, again, guys, just organizing into groups as best as you can. You know, the glasses sell pretty well, Jason. I mean, I've had very good luck with my vintage glasses. So, you know, maybe not right away, but they will come eventually down the line. Now, the one thing I'm going to throw this tip out, which Dad and I have started to do a few months back, and when we go thrifting right now, because the weather's so crummy. Oh, it's snowing.
Like as is on cue.
Oh, God, I can hardly see outside. We are now taking pictures immediately of the things Mom's thrifting. You know, when we go out and we're taking those pictures, so at least the current stuff gets done right away. Then I'll go back, you know, to my profit piles. So that's kind of been our new mantra for the last few months. So that's really important. And lastly, but not least, always categorize your water skis.
Yeah, you know, when you got 72 pairs of water skis laying around, make sure that you separate them into light color.
The only thing I could say about that is make sure you put your wood and vintage ones in one pile and the newer ones in another, because they're definitely different. And the wood ones will bring you a lot more money anytime you find them. Speaking of, what a good segue. What a good segue. I have a little story for you guys today. All right. So see these are short water skis. Okay. That Mom here. And I actually sold this pair back in July 3rd. And they just showed up as returned back to me last week. And it marked on the outside of the package was, owner was notified that they had these for her to pick up, and apparently she's never picked them up. And there was 2 notifications, sent to this home, and they came back. I should have taken a picture of how they were packaged. My fault. I'm sorry. I blew that. But I'm kind of in shock that, I was never contacted by this person. Where's my merchandise or what happened? So what would you do? I mean, I couldn't even pull this up because it's so old. I was, typed it.
When it's beyond that old, I mean, I've had things come back like 8 months later. So you just move on. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. I mean,
this particular skis, because they're a youth cut and jump wooden ski. I sold them for $49. She paid me $20 in shipping. And then, you never hear back. So that one kind of threw me for a loop. So I will, go ahead and get them relisted. But isn't that kind of strange?
It is.
They wouldn't contact you when you spend that kind of money. I mean, I know I would. Any questions out there?
I got a couple of things.
Thanks.
There we go. All right. So I've been teaching a lot of media, especially CDs lately. And so a couple things, again, to quicken the pace. If you're going to do, I'm going to give you an example on records, cassettes, and CDs. So for cassettes, I used this as an example the other day on one of my shows. This cassette is worth a lot of money. Now, if you've not got into cassettes yet, there will be a cassette webinar coming up, but this is like a $30 cassette. Yes, I know it's 2019. We have not went back to a time warp. 2019, this is $30. So this is going to be listed all by itself. Now, these are like 80s metal, hair metal, not worth a ton by themselves. We got some Bon Jovi, some Dokken, some Whitesnake. So these are going to go in groups. So we definitely want to not bounce back and forth between our groups and our singles.
Yep.
Because all my singles are going to be obviously very light to ship and easy. So I'm gonna separate them. Okay, I'll do groups here, and then I'll do all the singles there. When you're doing CDs, if you're going to do a lot of them, I would highly recommend getting a cordless USB scanner, because what you do is, whether you're listening on Amazon or eBay, you scan in the barcode, and then it puts, if the information is in the eBay or Amazon database, it brings it right up. So it's a lot quicker than typing all these. You might think, oh, it doesn't take that long to type, but when you do 50, 60, 70 CDs in a night, much better to scan it. Now, not every CD has a barcode. Oops. So again, I'm going to put the non-barcode ones in one pile, because I'm going to do a little bit more work, and the barcode ones in a different pile.
That's cool. We got a question. How do you ship cassettes, Jace?
Same way as how to ship CDs in a number 0 mailer. Ta-da! Usually put a little bit of cardboard around it, but that's about it. Now, if you're doing groups, you can just ship them media mail. And then last but not least, records. So I just did a whole bunch of records. And depending on how old you are, first records came out in mono, and then stereo, and then, in the 70s, it was quadraphonic. So basically, the original surround sound. And so again, I had a bunch of quads the other day I was working on, so I didn't want to like shuffle them together with stereos, because again, it's just cutting out the keystrokes. I'm going to list all the quadraphonics together, so that way I don't have to change quadraphonic ever.
Right.
Stereo is all the stereo. So if you can quicken the pace by not changing things, like say 3 things you don't have to change until you have to change them. And think about how much time that saves if you would not pay attention to it like this. Okay, I'm going to list a mono, and then a quad, and then a stereo, and then another stereo, now another quad, and back. So if you keep going back and forth, it's just a lot of excess time that is wasted. It all adds up.
Okay, I'm going to date myself on the records. Is there anybody in the chat that when you wanted to buy a record, you used to go to the record store, and then they had the booth where you went into the booth, you took your record, and you played the record so you could hear it to see if you wanted to buy it or not? That's how we did it when 78s came out, guys.
So you can still listen to records at record stores. So
yeah.
So it's all come back full circle. Kay wants to know, what scanner do I recommend? I just happen to buy this on Facebook. On Amazon, based on the reviews. And so far, so good. The brand is Terra.
Okay.
And yeah, it works with anything with a barcode. It's just like any other scanner that you would see at the grocery store or your phone, anything.
How much? How much was it?
Well, let me tell you. Let me hop over to Amazon. I bought this one not too long. The one I had before I didn't like as much. It was a pain in my ass. So I switched over to this one, and I've been very happy. This cost me $30.
$30. Okay.
And it's Bluetooth, so you stick this in your computer.
Oh, nice.
And then what's nice is when I do my inventory over here, now I can do it on my computer over here because I got my Bluetooth.
Oh, save your time. Another time saver.
Yep, absolutely.
For sure. For sure.
Now, yeah, postcard guy said I have a corded scanner. Yeah, corded scanners are fine, but I do some work upstairs. I do some work downstairs. And when I'm downstairs, I'm on a smaller table. Like, I hate cords. Anything I can do without a cord, I am a happy man to do without a cord. Oh, so, sure. Of course, you got to charge us every once in a blue moon, but it's so nice to have the cordless scanner.
Yeah, I like that, honey. I like that. Very nice.
All right. So speaking of CDs, if you have not taken my course yet, you're missing out. Go over to flippingcds.com. It is 2.5 hours of amazing content that'll blow your mind. My buddy John, who helps me with my webinars, even he was surprised. He was like, holy crap, the amount of information in this webinar is insane. Yep. I'm like, yeah. And I've been selling online. I've been selling CDs online since March of 2000. So I'm about to be 19 years selling CDs online. Probably have sold 150,000 CDs over the years because that's all I sold for the first 7 years of selling online. So I know how to tackle the thrift stores. I know how to tackle the music stores, and I teach you all of that in the webinar. So head over to flippingcds.com. And I got to tell you, I love seeing the success stories. The people took the webinar and the success stories. Yep. I can't tell you how many people have shared, oh, I just sold this $50 CD and this $25 CD. And these are all CDs they would not have looked at had they not taken the webinar.
Oh, I know. It's amazing.
Look, think about this. If you just find 4 good CDs and add an extra $100 a month from one webinar,
yes,
that's $1,200 a year. But of course, it'll be well more than that. But at the low end, if you added $100 profit a month,
yep,
that's $100 a year.
That is a lot. I know this summer when Mom starts hitting her garage sales, I am going to pay more attention to the music. I mean, Mom would scan it quickly, but now I know more. So, I hope to find some more goodies. All
right. So coming up Friday, February 8th, I have a In the Thrift Store class in Denver. So if you're in the Denver area, there is a link below to get signed up for the Denver class. This is not my big 2-day class. This is not my have 2 helpers class. This is just a small class with me, and I am keeping it small, so it's half sold out already. We will spend 4 hours in the thrift store going section by section, teaching you what to buy and more importantly, what to skip. And we will spend a good chunk of time in the CD section. So the things I have taught in the webinar, even if you took the webinar, you will see it live in action. I'll be using my knowledge and my tools on how to thrift the CDs in the thrift store. And we will talk media. We'll talk cassettes. We will talk records. We'll talk 8-tracks, reel-to-reels, DVDs, all kinds of stuff. So head down below here, click the link, and get signed up. If you've got a friend in the Denver area, let them know. And we always go to lunch afterwards to hang out for a couple hours. So you basically give me, you get my undivided attention for 6 hours. And of all the places I've had a class and we've gone to lunch, this will be the funnest lunch of all the places. So
you make it sound too good, Jay. And I highly recommend if you're anywhere near it, and it's worth a 2 or 3 hour drive if if you're not right in Denver. I mean, it's just it's you learn so much, you guys. Every time I'm near Jason and I join him with one of his classes, even though I'm helping out, I like to listen because Mom always picks up new tips, always. So it's not just a one-time shot necessarily. It could be a 2 or 3 time shot because you always are learning. It's amazing, guys, just amazing.
Oh, and I'm loving what I'm seeing in the chat. Wally said it's a great webinar. I found some huge flips. I've already sold over 100 times the cost of the webinar in about a month. Ruth said, Jason sold my first CD for $20 after your webinar. Thank you. So, heck yeah.
Hey, Tim Kitchen's cousin, get me to some of the games. I'm a huge Browns fan.
Well, and Chuck and Data Girl said, I regret not getting the seminar. Go get it. www.flippingcds.com. You can download it and watch it at your leisure. And as an added bonus, everyone who signs up for the webinar, and if you've taken the webinar and you haven't done this yet, message me and I'll get you in there. we have a special Facebook group just for CD talk.
Yep.
Just for CD talk. So if you're taking the webinar, let me know with your email and I'll check you off the list and I'll make sure you're in there. But yeah, Junk and Data Girl, take the webinar and join the group. And actually, when we're done today, I got some stuff to share in the group. All right. For once in my life, I have both my shows planned ahead. So Thursday night, Thrifty Business, 8 p.m. East Coast, 5 p.m. West Coast. My good friend and mom's, Annette Rostetter, is going to be talking vintage lingerie. And those of you in the Secret Beach, we're going to have a bonus show with bonus vintage lingerie tips. And I think Annette said she'd model them all for us. Just kidding. And then next Sunday, Mom and I already have our show planned out, which never happens a week in advance.
I know.
Mom has an amazing, successful meetup group in Northeast Ohio. So if you've ever thought about throwing or having a meetup group, Mom's going to give you the tips and tricks to get started, what to do and what not to do when having a meetup group. So that'll be next Sunday.
Yeah, the time we'll get to you back on the time because I'm not sure what my schedule is for next Sunday. So I'll get to you on that. Okay.
And Ruth said, I have a CD that I can't find eBay or Amazon. Where else should I look? My guess is it is a self-released, non-important CD, but I could be wrong. So what you should do is pop it in the thrifting board and tag me, and I will be happy to help you in front of everybody else. All right. Now it's time for That's My Mama. Of all the pictures we have shared, this might be the most epic. I implore all of you to sit down. As a matter of fact, we only have 53 thumbs up. We have 141 watching. So I will not show this picture until we get 100 thumbs up. Because this one.
Oh, no.
So, Mom, when we're done with the show, you should change your top Facebook picture to this picture.
That one. All right. Okay.
Yeah. This is the most epic. So give us a thumbs up, please. I know that you guys enjoy the show, and it's a free show, a lot of content. All my shows are free. It's a lot of work, but we love bringing it. And oh wait, 2 people stopped viewing because I asked for a thumbs up. Come on now.
Aw.
I do see. Oh, someone just gave us a thumbs down. So that tells me right now. Hi, haters.
I know.
Thank you for watching because that actually benefits me. So
yes, it does.
Hi.
They think it's deterring, but it doesn't.
Just like the ones that hide in the thrifting board under assumed names. I shared an item that I was going to list on eBay, and someone found an angle to turn me into eBay. So, yeah.
Goodness gracious. Oh, my
But what you going to do?
Yeah.
It is amazing that you'll have nothing better to do on a Sunday than to watch me and Ma and not like it.
I know. I mean, it just blows my mind. Yeah.
So, all right, we got 79. We're getting close. Come on, 100 thumbs up.
While we're waiting, speaking of Annette, who's going to be your guest this week, we had her give her presentation at our last Ohio meetup meeting. It's fantastic, you guys. And what I'm going to share in my hall today is because of Annette. And, she made me go out specifically to try and find something, and I did. And I'm kind of excited. So I don't think I see her in the chat today, but, I will be picking her brain on a few things in the hall because it's she's good, you guys, and she knows her stuff, and boy, she's made some great money with it, So that's another thing to be on the lookout for.
We stalled at 80.
Oh,
some people tell me they can't give a thumbs up on mobile.
Oh,
while they're watching, and I think you can. Yeah, how do you do it, hon?
So you just go. If you're watching
here, a mobile viewer just walked into the room.
Assuming you're in the chat, right?
Yep.
So you just close out the chat, and then it gives you the.
Oh yeah.
You see it, and then you just go back to the live chat.
Where's the chat? Give me the chat back so I can show them. Look at that! I didn't realize we were gonna get a lesson today, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
All right. So there's the chat. So Stacy said, if you close out the chat, then you can give a thumbs up right there. See?
And then you just go back to live chat.
Then you just go back to live chat. Oh yeah, right there, live chat. See? So I've never done this before, so thank you, honey, for the live demonstration.
You're welcome, darling.
Yeah.
All right, we're pretty close. We're 90. So just thumbs up, but let's show this picture. You ready? Are you guys ready for epicness? Because
I don't even know what this is.
No, it's your picture, goober.
Oh, that one. Oh, that one. Oh,
you don't know what picture you sent me?
Yeah, that one.
And I had to match the epicness for mine too, because mine's pretty epic.
Okay.
All right. Look at those shorts.
And the boots.
Oh my gosh.
And the boots. And the boots. Now in this picture, I'm there, and my sister is there.
Oh,
Can you
there.
Can you find us?
No, that's your mom.
I just pointed at her. You not paying attention?
And then who's that? Who's the other one?
And Patty.
I figured one was Patty.
All right, so let's show you where Mom is, in case you don't know.
So this is
Mom is 1, 2, 3, 4 blondes over.
yeah, back when I was silver
From
blonde.
the left, sorry. And then my aunt is then 2 to the right of her.
Yeah, she's on the golf cart, I think, right? Yeah, behind there.
Yep.
Is that a golf cart?
Yeah, it's a golf cart.
They're
They're
golf tournament. Are you dressed like that?
Yeah, well, we were the candy for we did these golf benefit tournaments where we had Arnie Palmer come out and Jack Nicklaus, and a lot of the big names would come out every year, and we were part of a group with the lawyers, because I worked for lawyers at the time, and they were the people putting this benefit on. And so they needed girls to be on each of the holes holding the flags and, being hostesses more or less. And so we found these beautiful quilted shorts and the tops and the white go-go boots. And we thought we were so hot.
Bill Weeder says, I am moving to Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, it was great because we got to meet all of these guys up close and personal. So it was kind of a big thing back then to meet.
What year is that, Mom?
Oh, we're talking. Let's see. I didn't even have you kids yet, so it had to be late 60s, early 70s. Well, maybe I had
if
you.
You had kids. I was born in 70.
Yeah. If I had you, no. See, I'm trying to think though, Jason. I'm still pretty skinny. I don't know if I had you yet or not.
All right, so look, I had to match that epicness, so I had to pick a picture.
Okay.
So here's my mama's boy, and most of you that I've been friends with in the past 15 years know me as this. It's a little fuller, it's a little grayer, but so I had to go with the epicness. Yeah.
Oh my! Oh, look at the blonde hair.
Look at that little peach fuzz on the chin, and look at all my earrings.
Yeah.
And this is that rare picture where Stacy looks a little different.
Yeah.
That's our friend Cindy. We were at another friend's wedding. But I thought y'all get a kick out of that hairdo and my earrings.
Blonde hair, Jason.
I had the blonde hair for quite a while, and it would go from shades of blonde to white to orange. So there you go. So I thought you guys were going to kick out of both those pictures today.
Yep, fun stuff.
I got to send that picture to my friend Cindy because, like Stacy, Cindy doesn't change much.
No, she doesn't, and I know Cindy. Jason.
Yeah. So Cindy and Stacy, they stay the same cuteness.
They got that young look. Okay, time for some scores, huh, gang?
Oh, apparently my offer got declined. Oh well.
Oh, whoops. All right, these are some. The brand name is Carolina Blow Molds, and these are the Easter Bunny boy and girl that I bought at a garage sale for $4 and sold for $69. So that was a really good deal. And like I say, you guys, I just sold these not too long ago. Here I'm selling Easter stuff, so, you never know. Don't be afraid to list all year round for your holidays because they sell anytime. This is a name to always look out for is Roberto coin. This happened to be a jewelry pouch that I have had, that I paid $1 for and sold it for the $29.99. It's a very expensive jewelry name, Roberto coin, for those of you who know him. And anytime you find anything of his, I highly recommend you pick it up. Okay. Cause it will sell. People are always looking for his stuff.
Ooh, we're 2 away from 100.
Woo-hoo. Oh, all right.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I appreciate that. This I showed on my haul, Jason, just back a few weeks ago. Remember the strap on it was in terrible condition, and I was not even going to list it. I hesitated on this. This is a Betsy Johnson tote, and the rest of the thing is in very nice condition. And the girl contacted me. She says, "How bad is it?" And I said, "Well, take a good look," because we got pictures of the band. You can see it's pretty worn, but she wanted it anyways. And I originally paid $2 for that, and I took a best offer on that, Jason, of 23 because the strap was so bad. I was glad to sell it. So you never know.
Oh, 100, yay! And I think someone clicked the thumbs down because we had 7, it went back to 6, and it went to 99 to 100. So someone slipped, but thank you guys, thank you very much.
Thank you. That's so nice. Black velvet paintings, I usually do pretty well with these all the time. I did pick this up for $25. Where I usually find these things? They're just kind of laying down on the ground at garage sales. I mean, they're not even, up nice and pretty where you can see them. I always find those kind of pictures just kind of laying around. And I did pay $25 for the black velvet, and I sold it for $22. Took a best offer on that one. And I showed the Spartina bag not too long ago. Now, I want to mention this to you guys. The next few items, I ran a sale the week after New Year's, and I ran it for 4 days. And in that 4 days, in profit, I did $750. Now that's a lot for Mom because we just go steady along. We're not big sellers, but I did a 40% off sale. So the next few items are part of the sale, but I did do profit $750. I was proud of that for 4 days. That was a lot of old stuff. And this is one of them. This skater girl, I've had her for a long time. I originally paid $4 for her, but I did sell her for the $45.50. And Jason, I think she's been there for years. That one just wasn't one that moved well. Yeah. And the next item, is it the Tiki Pop book?
Nope, you don't see it?
No, I don't see it yet.
That's weird because it's been up for a while.
Oh, well, all I see is the skater girl.
Oh, did we talk about that one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Now we're ready. My bad.
There you go. That's okay. All right. The Tiki Pop book. I did show this to you guys. I sourced this over a year ago from a Tommy Bahama store that these books were half off. And I paid $30 for the book, and I took a best offer of $110, even though I had it on sale at the $139. I took the $110. I still thought that was a very nice return, and I have another one to list. So again, that was sourcing something brand new from Tommy Bahama store, you guys. But Jason helped me out on that because he said, "Mom, this will go out of print," and as soon as it did, that's when I listed it. So people are always looking for things out of print having to do with tiki. And my good old metal trash cans, Mom. I did pay $2 for this one, everybody. This was a nice one because it had the Major League Baseball teams on it, and just had so many of them because some of the newer ones were not there, and some of the old names were still there. So on that can, I paid $2 for it, and I did sell it for the $27.99. You know me, I'm always telling you to pick them up. They're always good. And this is something that we haven't talked about in a while, but wallpaper borders still sell pretty doggone good. I paid 25 cents a roll, so $1, and I did sell them for the $18.90. So you always watch your wallpaper borders, guys. They're expensive if you buy them in the store, so people are looking for those. I would always say, pick them up. This is an antique wood canteen that Mom's had in my Southwest collection, and I decided to put it up. Originally, I paid $10 for it and sold it for $125. So that's just something that I've had. How many remember this one? When I showed the slippers, Jason, remember those, hon?
Yep.
Yeah, they were part of my haul. I see the slippers I paid $1 for, and I did sell them for the full price of $29.99. And it was that one of those, Jason, that Mommy had gotten an offer just earlier, like for $19, and I countered back at 25, and then all of a sudden, poof, it sold for the full price. So you know how that happens. I think I just showed that last week, if I'm not mistaken, didn't I? Because I was on my haul. Yeah, showed that, sold it right away, you guys. I bought this at our restore for $1.25 and sold it for the $29.99. Poof, away it went. So that was a quickie turnaround. And this I've had for a while. I also got this from Restore, which is our Restore is right out my back door practically. And it was a 3-piece set. And I was surprised it hadn't sold sooner. I paid $7 for the set, but I did take a best offer on that, Jason, of $139, honey, because I was just so excited that finally, I'd gotten someone that wanted it. So still made good money on that. But my last item to show. Finally, I sold a CD for $40, everybody.
Nice.
Yeah, I paid $1 for the Roy and Dale one, and it was in a thrift store down in Amish country. Jason, is where I got this one, and that's where I picked up this one. So I paid $1 for it and sold it for $40. I was so excited, and it was going to Canada.
The chat is remembering our conversation from last week. What listing did you do has a video in it?
Oh, I didn't do it. I haven't done one. I'm so bad. I know. He's going to give me 20 lashes with a wet noodle when I get there.
I don't want to hear I can't do it because you should have done it after the day after a class, which was 7 months ago. You should have done it the day of the last video we did how to do it, but you didn't.
I know. You guys, you're not helping me out in the chat.
No, the chat threw you right on the bus, drove over you, backed up, drove over you again.
Oh dear. I know. All right. I got to find something that needs a video. Let's see what I got. And then
all right, we're a little over the hour, so let's see your.
I don't have much. So yeah,
here we'll get on to football.
Yeah. Let's get to that, guys. Dad and I just went out to a couple of estate sales on Friday. The weather hadn't gotten as bad as it is now, but it was still nasty, and but we didn't want to eliminate it. So I'm going to start with the two Hawaiian outfits that I found, Jace. This one still had their lays hanging on it, but and it's in beautiful condition. She probably only wore it the one time she was in Hawaii. I don't think she ever wore it again.
Very nice.
Yeah, because look at this, Jason. If she did wear it, she never washed it. I mean, this is a very early Hilo Hattie label, everybody. Very, very early. And it's crisp as can be. So, I don't think it went through any wash at all. I mean, look how vivid, the tag is. So, and
I want to tell you who's giving you shit in the chat right now. Someone who is either the same age or a little older than you. Ginny's like, hey, I can do it. Come on, babe.
Okay. Oh, you guys are giving me grief. Oh, I'm going to have to
Ginny's throwing down the gauntlet.
Oh, no, you guys. That's it. I paid $4 for this one. Okay. And I'll probably turn that. I don't know, Jason. That's pretty nice vintage.
Yep.
$35, $40. What do you think, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah, on that one. And then the other one that she had there, and this is a beauty. I don't know if it'll fit Mom or not. I might have to keep this one, but it's gorgeous. This is by, let me show the label, everybody. This is by Royal Creations, okay? And it's a caftan muumuu. It is just beautiful, Jace. I mean, look at the work on that. I just thought the colors on this were just...
I sold that exact dress before.
Did you? Have you? Do you remember what you sold it for?
Oh, not top of my head, no.
Yeah. But I paid $5 for this one, and I will probably put it up, again, for around $35, $40, somewhere in that vicinity, okay? But then, because of Annette, I said, okay, we're going into this place and we're looking for lingerie to see what I can find. So, I had these like out here, so nice. This does not have any label in it, but it is a beautiful satin robe. I just love it, Jason. And one of the key things is to make sure they have the tie, because most people are going to want to buy it with the tie, and it is gorgeous. I mean, this just looks like the 40s to me all over. And because of the clothing, and you'll see something else here in a little bit, I'm going to say this probably was an older lady's home, just by what I saw there. So I did pay $10 for this. I think I'm going to list this for around $50 to $75, everybody, and you'll see why when you see Annette's webinar or show with Jason this week.
So a couple of things real quick. Sherry said, "What size is the white and purple muumuu?"
Oh, it is. That's a beauty.
And Sandy McGillicuddy said, "Peggy, you can do it."
I'm gonna. Oh, it's on this one, Jason. It says one size fits all, everybody. Which
No, the purple one, Ma.
Oh, the purple one. Oh, that is. It's actually blue when you see it in my.
Oh yeah, because it looks purple here too.
Yeah, it's kind of blue purple. The Hilo Hattie is a medium.
Okay. There you go. So yeah, anytime Mom does a haul, if there's something you like, just message her directly. She'll cut you a sweet deal.
Yep. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Okay. And then when you see Annette's seminar, she is going to also talk to you about lady slips. Anybody wear a slip anymore? If you didn't wear a slip back in my day, you were a naughty girl. I mean, you had to wear your undergarment, you guys. That was it. I paid $2 for the slip. Well, I'm not going to give away Annette's seminar because she'll be all about this. But I'll probably put this up for around $25, okay, on the slip. So I paid for that. Then, okay, this is this one I got really excited when I saw this. I mean, this is one gorgeous peignoir outfit. Okay, the peignoir is the nightgown, which is kind of a I guess it's not almost a nylon, with the nylon covering and the sleeves. I mean, this is beautiful. The label on this is Val Mode, VALMODE lingerie made in the USA. So as you can see, it is older. Let me get that tag up for you, everybody. So
and apparently I cannot read properly. She actually did mean the white muumuu. So what size? No, that was one size. Sorry about that.
It says one size fits all. So yeah. So that on that. This particular garment, I did pay $20 for this, you guys, but I'm going to list this for $100, $125 because vintage peignoir sets were bringing good money, and that will show all of you. Okay. Now the other thing that they had there, Jace, was a Laurel Birch bag. Look at this. Whoops. And this was only $1. And it's got the where's the tag? Okay, it's got the little birch tag still here. Her name is written on it down over there. Can you see that?
Yep, very nice.
Yeah, so and then it's in. I cleaned it up a little bit. It had a couple little spots, and I wiped out the inside, so it's nice and fresh and clean. And I'll probably list this for around $25-30, and I paid $2 for that. Okay, and then also hanging there, I don't know if this was for granddaughters or what, but look at this vintage child's dress.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us.
Ooh, yeah, boy, yeah, I never even thought of that. But look, I don't know if you can see this label, but this is really cool.
I mean, that came right to my head right away. I was like, oh man, that's Little Orphan Annie's dress right there if I ever saw it.
Look at the tag and everything. Isn't this something? Still in good shape, really good shape. The brand name, it says Ruth of Carolina, I think. Merry-go-round shop, the old merry-go-round shops, and it's a 6X. And back in the day, it cost $24. So that's kind of expensive for back in the day.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah. And you've just got the embroidered panel of the pup over here. So,
that is so Little Orphan Annie.
And children's clothing sells really well, as I've learned as I've been watching, all your shows. So I will probably list this for around $40-50, I think. I'll start out with that and see how we do. All right. Now, last thing, I'll get through this really quick, but hanging at this estate sale, and I'm going to show you the hangers that they were on, just to show you how far back we're going with hangers. Can you see these things? Remember these kinds?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. These, you just don't see those much anymore. Maybe I can sell those too. I don't know. But anyways, hanging on them. Let me get my list. Okay. How many of you know what dust bags are? Dust bags that are either for shoes or purses or whatever. Okay, this first one that I didn't know is called Quaddy out of Maine. I'm going to list this for around $10. This one is an Italian one, and it's called Attilio Gustelli Lambruni. I don't know. Don't know how to pronounce that really well, but that's this one. I'll tell you afterwards how much I paid for these, you guys. But this particular one is, I'm going to sell this for $10. Okay. Then this is Born Crown. Okay, Born Crown. And that one I'm going to list for $10. And then I have this nice bigger one for Saks Fifth Avenue. And there is a market for these out there, you guys. I mean, you're going to be surprised.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's a good one from Saks. And Saks is going to sell between $10 and $15. Then I have, how many of these? 3 Dooney & Bourkes. Okay. Dooney & Bourke, as a lot of you know, big name. This is a bigger sized one. Okay, and the Dooney & Bourkes are selling for between $10 and $15 each, everybody. Okay. And then we got down to another name I'm not familiar with, Patricia Nash, Italian leather. Okay, and this one will sell between around $10 for that one. And then names that another couple of names that we definitely know. We all know Burberry. Okay, these are nice ones. These are really nice bags. So apparently,
this is crazy.
I know. And all the purses and shoes that she had, they sold privately. So all of the goodies that were in them were not there. The Dooney & Bourkes will sell between $12 and $15 each. And last but not least, I have 5 of these beauties, Jason. You see that?
Oh, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, we got Louis Vuitton. This one here as well, just got the initials on it. And the Louis will sell between $15 to $20 each. I have 5 of them. Okay, and these here I think are all the same. Yeah, these are all the same. So there I have a total of 15 pieces, everybody. I paid $10 for the lot, and that comes to 66 cents each. And as I just said, by the time the smoke clears, a couple $100 maybe on those. So I'll keep you posted. Hopefully, that they will sell and move right along. And that is it.
And Sherry Williams is interested in the white muumuu, so she'll be messaging you later for the measurements, Ma.
I sure will.
All right. So I see a few of you asked to be added that took the CD webinar added to the group. So if you haven't taken the CD webinar, take it.
Yeah,
learn, make some money.
Yeah, Treasure Finds wants to know, where did I get the bags? They were hanging on those hangers, guys, at the estate sale that we went to on Friday. It was at an estate sale. They had no price on it. And, you know, he said $10. I probably could have pushed him maybe a little bit cheaper, but, you know, I knew I was looking at dollar signs there. So, you know, for $10, I figured, oh, and as soon as I started to count out how many there were, I said, oh, yeah, that's okay. $10. I'll do that.
Sweet. All right. Well, there was a little bonus show, hour and 13 minutes. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Go enjoy football, stay warm, but get your stuff listed. Put the tips and tricks into motion that we were talking about today. And that's something very easy to do while you're watching football or after you put the kids to bed. And then that'll just quicken the process. And the more you quicken the process, the more you can list, the more time you have for your families, the more time you have to nap, the more time you got to see the movies. Always try and find ways to save yourself some time. And with that, I'm going to go watch football. Go Chiefs.
Stacy Risner says, I live for the Sunday show. Thank you, Stacy. That's
thanks, Stacy.
Thanks so much, you guys.
All right, everybody. So I will see you all Thursday, Thrifty Business, Vintage Lingerie. And back here next Sunday, how to start a meetup. Now, if you don't ever plan on starting a meetup, still tune in. You know, Mom will have her scores in her haul. And, you know, you never know. Maybe you'll be inspired.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
For selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50, I'm Jay.
I'm Peg. Bye, everybody.
We're gone.
See you.